Hello everybody, and today we're going to go over the Codex Wraiths. This is going to be an add-on to my other tactical video because all the tactics are still sound, so if you'd like to check that video out, click the top corner there and watch that video. Today we're going to go over the changes in the Codex and how to use these effectively and how to get the most out of these. Okay, the biggest difference with these, they now do 2 damage flat. Absolutely amazing for killing Primaris Marines, and they're very good for units that have multiple wounds. So we basically have these and destroyers for that role, and the Tesseract Arc, but not everybody likes Forge World. Okay, there are 2 dynasties I'd recommend with these. The Necron Dynasty, so you get an automatic 6 on your advance roll, and you also have a stratagem on top of that, so you can a charge after you advance. So that would make these extremely fast. Well, the next dynasty I'd recommend is the Nova. You reroll hits in the fight phase. Makes these a lot more dangerous, but a little bit slower. Let's go with tactics now. I would recommend you would always run a Cryptek with these guys. Depending on the dynasty, if you go on the Nova, you want to have him right next to the race and advance him every turn to keep up with the race when they go up the field. Just because you can use 2 command points to reanimate these. And because they're so expensive now, and command points have got cheaper, thanks to the FAQ, the 2 command points to reanimate these, you could probably use it once, maybe twice a game. So it's always worth having a Cryptek nearby now. Another bit of advice, I would say, if you take the Necron Dynasty, you could also pay 1 command point to put this guy in reserves. Okay. And turn 1, I don't think you shouldn't really need him on the field anyway. Because of the new FAQ, you have to wait till turn 2 so you can deep strike him over your opponent's side. But that will give him immunity, and you're guaranteed to have him in range of Wraiths turn 2 if you need him there. So depending on what dynasty you use and what you're fighting, it might be a good idea to put this guy in reserve, just to keep him safe, and then deep strike him in turn 2 in range. So turn 3, you can reanimate the Wraiths. Okay. Okay then, so we go over the basics. They are -2, 2 damage. Weapon choices, the whip coils are a good choice, but they are very expensive. And the guns I wouldn't recommend, simply because they're just too expensive for such little damage. And if you use the Exile Cannon, it's heavy, so you can't use the 2 dynasties I said just now to use it effectively. Run these bare bones, like I always do, or the whip coils. Whip coils are very good if you get charged first turn or get hit by a Demon Prince, because they'll pretty much wipe him out but you still get hit back. They've now gained the ability to charge after falling back. So that has opened up a lot of possibilities for us. Now we'll go over one now. So let's set up the board. Okay, so our goal now is to get these Wraiths until there's golden death marks there, which are Hell Blasters. And they have a screen there. So he's probably expecting you to run up, charge. That's what he expects you to do. Let me show you now a trick how to get over there and get destroyed turn 1. The first thing I would recommend is you always have some scabs just to screen, just to stop first turn charges, smite spam, etc. These things have won me so many games. They've stopped 7 high times in the face, they've stopped smite spam, they've stopped deep strikes. They are an amazing unit just for turn 1. Okay, let me show you how to use these now. So depending on what dynasty you have, I prefer the extra speed myself, but you can have the extra killing power if you want it, but you don't get the auto pass advance. Okay, let's go over now how you're going to get into those freaking Hell Blasters. A lot of Imperium players I play these days have scouts. So they take over the entire board, so turn 2 you can't deep strike in anyway. So another reason why reserves are really hard for Necrons right now. So let's use these to kill them. So what I'm going to do now, right, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to advance my Scarabs, and they fly, and they should be at least 12 inches away. So you need at least a 3 or 4 on the dice roll. If not, you go in front. Get over the Scouts. Be 1.1 inch away, okay, 2 inches apart. Or make sure the gap is big enough to get as much space as possible, but too small for their base to fit through. Okay, like so. Right. Now this is where the magic comes in. You bring up the Wraiths, you can advance them or just run up if depending on how far away they are. Like so. almost an inch away. And then your opponent is thinking, why the heck are these Wraiths trying to kill my scouts? Wouldn't it be better for you to charge? So he's laughing at you now, because he's thinking you're going to charge these, wipe them out, and the next turn you have Hell Blasters, tanks, and everything in the face, and these are dead. That's what he's thinking. He's laughing at you in his mind, okay? So this is where the cheese comes in now, okay? Declare your charge. If you're me, you always lose a Wraith in Overwatch, but you shouldn't. So just take a wound, if that. You basically need a 1 or a 2 to get in. So wherever you roll, this should work. This is where the cheese comes in now. Zoom in. Right, I'm going to remove the terrain, and I'm going to put the Wraith that side, okay? So you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we flipped the image now, so you can see what I'm up to. Right, this is where the cheese comes in. You declare your charge, so you get like a 6 or 7, something really nice. What you want to do is block this unit escape route. So you get one in closer, so you tie up this guys in the middle. Then you got 6-7 inches to move. You come on the side like this. Do not go into base contact, right? Stay 1.1 inch away, so you can't actually hit him in combat. That is the important part. So get your inch. So he's a little too close now, so make sure he's out like so. Yeah, you can't hit him in combat now, okay? And then you use the 2-inch gap to bridge like so. You do the same this side now. You bring this guy around. Right, he's not within an inch. Bring this one around, 2 inches away, not within an inch. And this one. Right, now what you have done now, right? In your combat phase, at the most you can kill 3 guys. So he will try and get out of combat. He'll say take these. If he piles in, it's up to him. He can hit you back. But it's very important now, after the combat phase, you use your 3-inch pile in like this. This way, it is almost impossible for him, it should be impossible for him to fall back. Because he was too close to the Scarabs, or he'd be in combat with the Wraiths. And this also adds another effect, because in his turn, he can't fall back, so these will kill the scouts, and then next turn you're free to advance them and charge again. But if you're extremely unlucky now, just say for some reason, in his assault phase, you can't kill these in combat, because you have so many ones. Doesn't matter. They now have the ability to fall back. So they have a 12-inch movement, and they basically have fly, so they can get wherever they need to be, and they can still charge. If you kill the scouts, the 2 scouts that are left, which you should have, you could advance them as well. So in theory, you should be here. What that effectively done is use his own units against him. The units he was using to have ball control and stop you deep striking, you use as a slingshot. And now you can't feel the charge in those Hell Blasters, and they are unwounded. There's nothing he can do because he couldn't fall back. That is an amazing tip right there, simply because they can assault just in case this doesn't work. If one survives, you can still fall back and charge. Cryptek, he might be falling behind a bit, so who knows, but that's not a good reason why you want him in deep strike. Because turn 2, they shouldn't lose any wounds, and your second turn, you can deep strike him in where he needs to be. And there you go. So that is awesome cheese. You can take out Hell Blasters, and that's a very effective way of dealing with Hell Blasters now. Okay, let's go over another tactic now that is very viable thanks to the codex changes. Another good unit to go with Wraiths, believe it or not, are Tomb Blades. I wouldn't recommend this against elite armies that I think got 2-up saves and such, but this is very effective if you're going up against Gene Stealers and anything that's squishy but hits hard. Depending on how many scabs you have in your army, you can make first turn charge almost impossible into units you want. Okay, so I would recommend like more, I always do more scabs than that. So I make a wall of scarabs. If they get through the scarabs, they gotta deal with the bikes, and they can fly so they can shoot after they leave. But let me show you now how you can push into 2-minute territory and not get your arse whooped. Okay, it doesn't matter how many Gene Stealers you got, this is very effective. With this tactic, I would use the Novak Dynasty, because you don't really want that extra speed. What you want to do is move your Tomb Blades up, like so. Give them the 2-inch gap so they cover the board. Okay, so what this kind of does now, it basically makes fast-moving, squishy units almost impossible to kill your Wraiths in the charge. Because he has to come on the side and attack you from the behind. And even if he does, you'd have a hard time trying to get 40 Gene Stealers in this little gap here. So you can either get in here and then pile into the Tomb Blades and not take the Overwatch, but the Tomb Blades can hit him back, so it doesn't really matter. Or you can multi-assault you and take the Tesla. The reason why I say this is good is point-wise, if you run these with Tesla, these are only 333 points. You can drop the upgrades if you want, but I always run them with a 3-up save, because these are the only units I have in my army that actually get to use RP. And the Tesla option is good and ignores cover just in case you need to kill things that are hiding. Tesla is useless against 2-up armor, and you don't want to use command points to remove cover saves. But by doing this, it makes Gene Stealers, Chaos Demons, anything that's multiple models and weak. The turn when you do this, you should be in the middle of the board, because you move 14 inches and 12, so they'd be up a bit further. So they'd be here in the middle. And then your next turn, okay, these can run off, even if they're in combat here, you can fall back and go for the HQs. So by doing this, say these are Gene Stealers, he gets his double movement, so you got Swarm Lord behind, so he's like here, they're fast as hell. You'll charge these, the 3-up in run, not too good, so you probably kill 2 of these, easy. If he doesn't want to pile into the bikes, so you'll get his pile in. And next turn then, you just run off and kill his HQs. And the bikes then are free just to fall back. So these move up here, like so. Say, this dead Wraith is the Swarm Lord. I just give him a buff. You go, hello Mr. Swarm Lord. I'm going to just destroy you. And these bikes then, what you want to do with these, is screen them from behind. Like so, because all the Gene Stealers are here. You do your 2-inch gaps, he can't get past you, like so. And then, what you do, you bring them out the side as well, make it even further for him to get to you. So by doing that, you made it so much harder for things to kill these. Because he won't charge these with Gene Stealers and Chaos Demons unless they're the Princess, because they're really hard to kill. Like Cryptek Flies, you can just be there. You can use your RP roll if you want. Right, so effectively, it's roughly the same price as 2-unit Wraiths, but the synergy is a lot better. Because these have 24-inch range and they have a lot of shots, and it really does make a difference. Because one time I actually did Overwatch the Hive Town charge me with these and did 4 wounds to it. I was so happy. And then I managed to kill it next turn then with my heavy destroyers, but it's just the power of the Tomb Blades. And they have 2 wounds each, so they are hard to kill in combat. So by doing this, you're effectively cutting his army in half and you're sectioning part of the board off. Look how much space that takes up now. And if he decides he wants to charge your Tomb Blades, that's great, because he did that with me once. Well, I've had that happen to me once. He hit me with 2 units of Gene Stealers. I had one on this side like this, and I had one on this side like this. Right? So what he did, he used this unit first, and what I did this, and this is evil. You should do this as well. I think I lost 6 Tomb Blades, or 7 Tomb Blades. I took them from here, like this. I did that. And then these Gene Stealers couldn't do anything, they went in combat. Then I run away like a little wuss, and I reanimated, and I hid in the building for a few turns. So that there is awesome, because if you did that with Wraiths, the Gene Stealers go into the Wraiths here, the Wraiths would get their butts kicked. And even if they don't, there'd be nothing left of them, and then these would be in combat with you. So the screen technique is brilliant just for that as well. These are to keep your Wraiths alive, and they're very difficult to kill, because if he shoots them, great, because they're -1 to hit. So if you got Gene Stealers or Chaos Demons that want to assault your Wraiths, and the blades are in the middle, like so, if he shoots the Tomb Blades, he's wasting all his shooting. So like the Flying Hive Tyrants, these Strength 6 guns, those Twinning Devourers, very nasty, but when they hit no 4s, it's no big deal, because you hit no 4s and you're wounded on 3s, and you still got 3-up save against it. It's nothing. these eat high timing bullets, no problem. Very effective anti-charge unit. And the best thing is they're extremely fast. So if you've got like 1 or 2 left, use your command points to pass the morale and then advance them. Depending on your dynasty, you could have a 20-inch movement. You go hide in the building and you reanimate, and then when they get to the 4 or 5, you bring them back out and cause mayhem. And the crypt deck is essential. Could like that there. If he's in range of the bikes and the wraiths, you get 4 up RP roll. So that little combo there is on, say, 700 odd points. But that's a very effective way of dealing with most armies. Because most things can't kill these in 1 round of shooting. And if they do, it's basically the entire army to kill them. The wraiths, they can be shot to death, but they got 3 up invent, so they're hard to kill as well. Together, they're a nightmare. I find the 2 wraiths die just too easily, and I get charged by stuff and I get killed. By doing this, it just makes you a lot harder to kill, and you have that option then to take out things at 24-inch range. For turn 1, you'll be in the middle of the board, you can shoot anything you want, and you take some wounds off some stuff. Okay, so that's basically all the new strategies I've come up with since the index, but they're very, very dangerous now. That 2 flat damage is awesome for Primaris Marines. And I would recommend, well, now with the new FAQ out, that you can't deep strike in your opponent's zone turn 1 or in the middle of the board turn 1. These, in my opinion, have become our best multi-wound unit killer. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all learned something, and don't forget to check out the other video up here for more tactics on the wraiths. Okay? So I'll see you all again in the next video.